What makes you happy now?
Nothing. Nothing can make me happy now. Very little can happen. Even just getting an apology doesn't, even though I want one, doesn't mean to say it's going to make me happy. Because the fact that they've had to say it proves that, what's gone on hasn't been nice at all. If I kick the bucket tomorrow, it doesn't worry me. I can die any time now, it doesn't worry me. Because I think it's a horrible country to live in now. This country is not a nice place for me. All right, guys, can I park there? Yeah, I'm playing. I'll go a little bit further up, thanks. Yeah, it's all changed. I can even remember what it was, think back. It's all changed, the whole lot. Yeah, that's where I used to live, number 70. Okay, I'll pull in here. It's funny, I can't remember what it, just looking at it now. You see, all this was all open. And you used to have the cellar down below. That was a window there. And all this was open. I'll have to look to see if somebody can find any old photographs. And you'll see the difference between this and what it is now, from when they used to live here. Sorry. I was born and bred there. Yeah. Pardon?
In this particular house, exact house?
This house, number 70, yeah.
When was that? How long did you live here?
Well, I'm 77 now. So it was 77 years ago when I was born here. Around about 42-ish.
Right.
So then my mother met my father.
Yeah.
But my father was high amp. He helped this country out by going to America and they're back, and also with tankers bringing bloody fuel and everything. Yeah. And he got deported, I'd say, in 1946. It was only about 15 years ago I found out. That's all a bloody lie. It's all a bloody load of crap.
How did you find out? Can I ask?
Well, yeah, because they had to release it all, didn't they, after 50 years?
50 years.
Yeah, but the thing is, you can never fight the racism.
No.
As far as I'm concerned. Look, yeah. Really, if that's the case, you should just take, because they're trying to say that the government are not like that. We're not racist. Yeah, stupid bugger, you know.
Yeah.
And I can prove it that they've been racist.
For many years.
Well, it just raises the fact that they bloody barred the Chinese sailors who helped the country out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm Indian, so I know better than anyone for the
Well,
British
there you are.
Empire.
So, you know,
So, no, that's really fascinating, actually. Yes, I never knew about the history or
do you
anything.
mind if I just goes just a quick to see what alterations there are as against the original? Should take these
If you don't mind,
shoes off.
Yeah, so as soon as you walk in, you probably realize that it's probably completely different to what it was.
Yeah.
Is there someone's reaction like really impress you?
No, not really. Because, you see, I'm so used to it and talking, but nothing happens. You understand?
So how long?
Sorry?
For how long?
Well, nothing's... Well, don't forget, I've already had 3 previous MPs. Stupid. Have you seen that one?
Never.
Well, that's Ingrid Bergman, film star. And that's from the film The Inn of the Six Happy. When she died, his name's Chris Davis, put these photographs in Welsh newspapers. These are Welsh. You see, in 1982, that's when she died. And see, that's in Welsh, and that's in English. Okay?
And who's the kid on the photo?
That's me.
That's you. How old are you?
14 in the film. That's from the film.
Just the year your mom left Liverpool?
That's when she emigrated to America.
Could you remember anything about your feelings when your mom left? Because you were a teenager that time.
No, only that my mother went away when I was in North Wales doing the film. I was doing the film, making the film. She goes to America, and when she goes, she's taken over by my grandmother, her mother, to look after us. And there's only just my brother and I living in the house in 70 Beaconsfield Street, you know, where we went yesterday. And they go to North Wales, and my grandmother dies in her sleep while they're away. So that was it. So that's how my brother ended up bringing me up from 14 onwards. He brought me up, and that was it. That's it.
Did she told you like she felt sorry for left you in Liverpool?
No. Well, I don't think so. I can't remember ever. No, I can't remember her saying sorry about that. Because she only got married just before. So she said she wants to take me and my sister to America. But I had friends who told me America is worse than this country for racism. So I said, I don't want to go. Because I know I have enough trouble here for racism, so I don't want to be going to America and having it worse, do I?
Friends from school?
In the neighbor?
I'm Chinatown,
In Chinatown.
yeah. He's dead now, like.
Sorry for that.
What?
I'm sorry for that.
Who? Sorry for what?
Sorry for someone passed.
Passed away.
Yeah.
It's one of those things. He was only 6 months older than me as well. My brother David, he brought me up from 14 onwards till I got married, and that's the youngest of the half brothers. He's the half brother of that's Brian. They're all, those two are they're dead now, but that's them. This is in 1957. Photograph of me at school.
Are you in a football team?
I was in the football team, yes.
You played good?
Reasonably, because I was left-footed. In the pub. I was taken in the pub with one of my old friends.
How old were you?
Roughly about 20. That's in about, in the 80s. That's me and my old car, yeah. Mother and father.
You don't have photo with your father, right?
The only photograph is the one where I showed you before he died in Singapore.
Yeah, but you don't have photo with him, right?
No. What do you mean with him? Me and him?
Yeah.
No. Told you that I didn't even know me bloody dad.
You think you look similar with him?
Do I look like him? No.
Yeah.
No. No. Do I look anything like him?
Not
No.
really.
Do I look more like me mother?
I think so.
I look more like me mother, do I?
I think so.
That's my dad and my mum and me, and this is taken just before he left. And on the back of it, my mum was going to send it to him but never got there, and it had "To my darling, joys and wishes you to keep with happy, from Miss Mooring and baby darling, you have now left me, it is 10 months about." But that was taken before he left, and she sent it to him, but it never got to him. Because she gave it to someone and they brought it back.
Yeah.
That sort of thing was never spoke about, was it?
No.
Maybe we were too young for them to speak about things like that.
Yeah, that's true.
Far too young.
Yeah. Like my mother ever.
See, they just thought they'd left them, so they've just most probably thought, well, if he's left us, we've just got to go on with our lives.
I suppose he felt ashamed that
Yeah.
to think that that's what happened. And that's one of the reasons, the other reason why they don't want to talk about it.
Yeah. Yes.
You know, they shouldn't be
How
on.
many of us left?
There's altogether about 7 or 8 that I've got.
Oh, right,
listed.
okay then.
Well, I think there's more than that, to be honest.
Yeah,
with
I
you.
would imagine there'd be more than that.
You know, I mean, when you consider like that, there's roughly about 400 kids
Yeah.
originally.
Mm. How many were in the Six Happiness?
Oh, I don't know.
All right.
When we got knowledge of what happened in this country to the sailors, I got 3 MPs involved in trying to find out why they had been forcibly deported, and that theoretically us kids who were left behind should get an apology from this country. 1946. This is telling us all about what happened starting the Chinese seamen. And there's some of the letters in that. 1945. Repatriation of Chinese seamen at Liverpool. It's quite a lot of correspondence there about it. Nah.
How long have you been collected all of this?
Well, I've just been collecting them. It's at least 15 years. I've been trying to
From different resources?
different resources, wherever, and obviously there were 1 or 2, but they're dead now. These old seamen, so there's no more we can speak to them about because they're all dead. In other words, what I'm saying is, you know, I haven't got all that much confidence in anything about things like about it, you know.
Why?
Well, because nothing's happened. Don't forget, it's been going on. This has been going on for over 12 years now, you know. I'm trying to get people to do, you know, to get this country to apologise.
Petition, proposed loss of Deangate Bridge.
I beg to move this House to now adjourn.
The question is this House to now adjourn. We go to Kim Johnson, who's virtual. Kim.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and it's a privilege to bring forward my first chamber adjournment file, as well as the many communities across the country. But, Mr. Speaker, I'm really disappointed that I can't be in the chamber in person this evening. I tested positive for COVID over a week ago, and sadly, I'm still self-isolating. Liverpool is proud to be the home of the longest established Chinese community in Europe, connected to Shanghai, Hong Kong, and other ports of the Far East by Alfred Holt and Shipping Company Line, founded in the mid-19th century. And in October 1945, a secret meeting was called in Whitehall, which sparked the opening of a new file titled Compulsory Repatriation of Undesirable Chinese Seamen. The Home Office decreed that its contents were not to be discussed in the House of Commons, in the Lords, with the press, or to be acknowledged to the public. And at this meeting, it was alleged that seamen had caused trouble with the police and that their wives and partners were no more than prostitutes. But no evidence has ever been produced to justify these scandalous claims, and their elevation has caused untold distress to the descendants of these seamen. And their families were never told what was happening, never given a chance to object, or even the chance to say goodbye. And most of the Chinese seamen's bishop wives and partners went to their graves never knowing the truth, left to believe that their husbands had abandoned them along with their children, many of whom were brought up by their stalwart mothers, facing poverty and isolation after their fathers were forcibly repatriated. Peter Fu, Yvonne Foley, Judy Kinnan, Perry Lee, Brian Wong, Linda Gates, Maria Lin Wong, Rosa Fong and Keith Coughlin, alongside many others, as well as Zilan Lau and the Pagoda Chinese Community Centre in Liverpool Riverside, for shedding some light on what happened, their extensive research in near impossible circumstances, and their commitment to righting this wrong.
And any recommendations it provides to me, or at least try and give some closure to the children who survive. And I've been particularly struck by the stories of those affected by this issue who, not reason to say, after 75 years, they just want answers. You know, what happened
very true,
that
don't
day?
we?
What happened,
That's all we want is
at
answers.
that time? You know,
We say we're all getting on, no one knows how many years we've got left.
dead.
Do that
Yeah.
for everyone, given the passage of time, and as I say, the records sadly are not complete. So let me again conclude by again expressing my gratitude that some of those would face the most extreme dangers of war to keep our country supplied in its darkest hours were treated in this way.
The ayes have it, the ayes have it. Order, order.
You cried
A little bit, yes. Sorry.
and was thinking about what?
Just thinking, at last. If only my mum knew, at last. Yeah.
But that in itself is where they should be apologising, just for the fact that they've gone to the graves
Yeah. Never knowing.
and not knowing.
Yeah. Thoroughly agree with you, Peter.
Did your mom live a happy life after immigrate?
Don't think so, because she came back here. Can't remember what year, like. But I was married then. Wasn't long after. It was only about 4 or 5 years my mother was here and she died.
All right.
But not long after that, a few years after that, this brother of mine died, the same brother died.
Gosh.
And he'd bought a house up in Egbert, big semi in Egbert.
Goodness.
And he died.
Yeah.
Now, that was the worst death, in my opinion, for me.
And what it
was
is
that
your mother.
brother.
Oh, your brother.
No, my
Yeah.
mother didn't seem to affect me.
Oh, my mum did. Terrible. It was terrible when mum died.
No,
Absolutely awful.
it didn't bother me too much about my mother.
Oh, no.
Peter,
What?
how long have you lived alone?
About 4 years now. 4 years.
Have you got used to it?
Oh, yeah.
Do you like this house?
It's all right. Could be bigger. Need a bigger house, really, but it'll be all right.
Yeah.
I'll do me till I kick the bucket.
But
Oh, it's coming down heavy.
do you remember what did your mom see before she passed away?
Oh, I don't know. Don't know really, because I'll be honest with you. I didn't have much feelings towards my mother. She wasn't like a mother to me.
Because she left.
Because she was in America for so long. So don't forget, from 14 years onwards, you know, you've lost that, what you might consider what love was there between mother and son disappears. Because for going on for like what, at least 15 years, you don't see much of your mother.
Do you remember what did your brother see before he passed away? Your middle brother.
I don't know, but when he went, I was really hurt. Out of all the family up to now, he's the only one I feel really hurt about him dying. Because you could probably say he's the nearest to me as a father towards me as a young lad. At the time when he took over to bring me up.